All right. Hello, citizens of the Nigerverse. It's Niger once again. So, I didn't necessarily want to do another discussion style video. If you can count the last video I did, which was the WF, I should say, creepypasta reading. If you haven't already, go check that out and let me know if you guys want me to do the other one. But I didn't necessarily want to do another kind of discussion, voiceover, however you describe it, type videos so soon after. But mainly because I don't like doing the two video types in a row. But sometimes I have to. But in this case, it's been a few days since I've recorded, and I wanted to get something up, and I think this would be the perfect thing to talk about with you guys today. So, recently, he's some he's recently some chatter has been going on about a potential or a possible Spider-Man 4, or after some comments and everything have been made by Kirsten Dunst. So I'm gonna read this excerpt here. This is courtesy of Geek Tyrant, and so oh I'm just gonna read this excerpt here. Dunst famously played MJ in Raimi's original Spider-Man trilogy alongside Tobey Maguire, but she didn't return for Spider-Man No Way Home despite heavy speculation. She has admitted in the past that she was never actually asked to appear, though she hasn't closed the door on playing the character again. Uh, and I'm gonna skip this quote, but I am gonna read the next one coming up. So since then, the rumors haven't slowed down. Just recently, the Batman Part 2 co-writer, Mattson Tomlin, revealed that he reached out to Raimi to talk about collaborating on a potential script. Tomlin has been pretty vocal about wanting to bring closure to Raimi's saga, even suggesting a story that would dive into Peter Parker's struggle to balance raising a family while continuing his crime-fighting life. The idea actually came up when Dunst was promoting her latest film, Roofman. When asked about a possible Spider-Man 4 that centered on Peter and MJ as parents, she seemed genuinely intrigued. That would be cool, right? I mean, I don't know if the fans are into it. I feel like that's an interesting movie, right? Me and Toby doing that again, but with kids. Raimi himself also expressed interest in reuniting with his original stars, though he admits there's nothing concrete in motion. I've come to realize after making Doctor Strange that anything is possible. Really anything in the Marvel Universe. Any team ups. I love Toby. I love Kirsten Dunst. I think all things are possible. I don't really have a story or a plan. I don't know if Marvel would be interested in that right now. I don't know what their thoughts are about that. I haven't really pursued that. But it sounds beautiful. Even if it wasn't a Spider Man movie, I'd love to work with Toby again in a different role. Well, of course, the big question is whether Sony and Marvel would be willing to greenlight Spider-Man 4 or with Raimi's cast when Tom Holland is already set to headline a brand new trilogy, kicking off with Spider-Man Brand New Day. Still, the idea of revisiting Maguire and Dunst years later as parents navigating superhero life has a lot of fans intrigued. Would you want to see Raimi return to direct Spider-Man 4 with Maguire and Dunst back as Peter Parker and MJ? Hey, hey, and that was pretty much up until how the article ends. Now, oh, I'm gonna give my honest thoughts. Admittedly, the title I haven't decided on the title, but it might be possible Spider-Man 4 question mark, or if I do recognize that's probably going to be a little clickbaity. I apologize, but but uh, but that is an interesting idea. I must admit. As for my honest thoughts about it, admittedly, for starters, first, I'll say right off the bat, for starters, the little 7-year-old in me would be absolutely hype to have a pretty much my younger self of who grew up with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, who loved the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies growing up. I would not be against this idea. Like, I would be pretty hype to have that. Like if I was a kid seeing that, I'd be like, let's go. Oh, and I imagine there's probably a lot of people who would be interested in something like that. If anything, we kind of got a taste of that uh, with uh, with Peter B. Parker in the Spider Verse movies. Now that as of Across the Spider Verse, he's officially a dad. But As for Tom Maguire and Kirsten Dunst being in the movie in a new Spider-Man movie, new Spider-Man project as parents, I wouldn't be totally against it. Like a lot of people had been anxiously awaiting a potential Spider-Man 4 for the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, or at least in that universe. So I imagine a lot of people would be pretty hype. I don't think too many people would be upset at a potential new Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, especially with Toby and Kirsten Dunst returning as Peter and MJ and having a kid and seeing how they navigate their life and the whole superhero identity and everything as parents. And if anything, the ending of Spider-Man 3 does kind of leave it somewhat open-ended with Peter and MJ kind of mending their relationship. Uh, and and it probably would be very nice to have a non-toxic Peter and MJ for once. In terms of that movie, or in terms of those movies, I should say. And I think a lot of people were excited when Tobey Maguire returned uh for Spider-Man No Way Home. So I think this would excite a lot of people. My only concern is there's a couple concerns. For starters, this article kind of touched on it briefly. There is the Tom Holland movie. He's the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie coming out, the fourth Spider-Man movie. Props to Tom Holland for being the first live action Spider-Man to get a Spider-Man 4. Or now, of course, with Tom Holland's recent injury, Spider-Man and the filming of Spider-Man 4, aka Spider-Man Brand New Day, is on hiatus for the time being. But I think it still would be um, but I think it still would get a little tricky when it comes to that, like having that and then having a standalone. They've done it before, like we had the DCEU, but then we also had projects like Joker or the Batman, aka the Robert Pattinson Batman. So it's possible, but I think junk would get a little confusing. The other thing is, excuse me, having more multiverse and everything. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of starting to get sick of it. Truth be told, a lot of people have been sick of it for quite a little bit because things kind of feel overblown in a way, hey, and kind of confusing at least to a lot of people. Well, it's one of the issues a lot of people are starting to have nowadays with the MCU, which admittedly, I don't think I've admitted this on the channel, but I've wanted to do a video like that for quite some time, like what's going on with the MCU. But the only reason I haven't is because I'm not fully caught up yet, and so that's the only reason why I really haven't really talked about it that much. But I do know a lot of people are kind of over the whole multiverse thing. Like I said, a lot of people have been over it for quite a bit. And then now with Avengers Doomsday on the horizon and stuff like the new Secret Wars and stuff like that, and now junk is gonna get even weirder. So a lot of people are kind of like starting to get a little fed up with it. Those are my only real concerns, though. Oh, do I think it would deter a Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4? I'm not sure. Or do I think it should deter a Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4? I don't think so. Like I still think there would be a lot of people that would be hyped for that movie. Like if if right now, if right now you just open social media, like open Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and saw that Sam Raimi, he has been announced. They're doing another Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. There would be a lot of people who would be pretty excited. There was there was a lot of people who were excited when Sam Raimi came back to do Doctor Strange. Strange, but I think, I think the excitement would be there and the possibilities would be there. There's a lot you could do with a movie like that, and having an idea of an older original Peter and MJ, or at least original in terms of the Sam Raimi universe, I think would interest a lot of people, would be very exciting and would make a lot of people happy. But I do think the concerns are very much there. Now, as for how they would navigate that in terms of the movie, I will leave that up to the powers that be if we are indeed getting a new Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, and I kind of touched on it a little bit when I did the Spider-Man trilogy, and then kind of did my retrospective slash like final analysis. Is after watching or rewatching, I should say, the trilogy a couple years ago. Oh, how I feel like a fourth Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie would be cool. Like a lot of people have been hoping for and waiting for that for years. Same with like an Amazing Spider-Man 3. Do I think it would be necessary? To me, not really. I feel like the third movie he was a pretty solid send off. It wasn't the best Spider-Man movie, admittedly, but I still think it was a very nice send off, and there was a lot of aspects of it that felt very final. So would you want to reopen? And that's when things left off in a positive way. In a lot of ways. Um, I am not sure, um, but like I said, and that's why I feel kind of conflicted because as I as I would be excited for it, but is it really necessary? Yeah, and maybe that's an unpopular opinion. Maybe that's a hot take, and do keep in mind it's just my opinion. So if you disagree, that is completely fine. But it'd be nice. But I don't know if if it's necessary. Like, cool idea, but I don't believe it's necessary. And I think that's my main kind of thoughts when it comes to this, especially with Tom Holland. Like I said, with Tom Holland still being Spider Man, and apparently it's going to be a trilogy of Spider Man movies. So we're going to get quite a bit of Tom Holland as Spider Man in the near future, it looks like. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this little discussion video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Turn on those post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you never miss an upload. And let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. Would you like to see a fourth Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy? Or, not trilogy, fourth Spider-Man movie? And would you like to see Kirsten Dunst and Tobey Maguire return as parents. Hence, I imagine, and I imagine they'll probably also pull from the comics because, if I'm not mistaken, Peter Parker does have a daughter in the in not in the comments, in the comics. But I imagine they'll probably play with that. But it'll probably still be somewhat original in terms of how they spin it. But would that be something you guys would want to see? Let me know. And also, I guess, let me know as a bonus question, did you see the Spider-Man 2 cut that they released in theaters? They released a Spider-Man 2 movie that has scenes that hadn't been seen by anybody else. They released that in theaters not too long ago. I know it was limited run. I By the time I looked for it here in theaters here in Buffalo, I couldn't find any, so sadly I missed out. But let me know if you guys want to see that. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.